Alright, you wonderful weirdos. I got a box in the mail from my uncle, who's a professional picker. And he kind of travels around and picks up things. And whenever he finds something kind of cool and eclectic as far as comic books goes, he sends them to me. By the way, thank you. I always need content and always like good comic books. So it kind of works out for me too. Let's kick this off with something right up off the bat that I thought was extremely interesting. And that's Comic Book Confidential. So this was a free comic book apparently at one time. And the interesting thing about it is it kind of just does a breakdown of all the most famous people that have ever been involved in comic books. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, just kind of as a little fun reader as I kind of flipped through it. Pretty cool. Next we get Marlin Realm in 3D. It's kind of like a 90s nostalgia, over muscular, with the gimmick of a 3D in it. It's pretty cool. As I flipped through it and kind of read some of it, definitely a 90s story. Speaking of 90s, we get Stark Future with this kind of weird looking guy with this futuristic truck behind him. Again, this was different. I'll put it that way. This is issue 2 as I kind of flipped through it. Issue 1, probably not that important. You were able to pick up on the story pretty quickly. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Again, an independent comic that I've never seen before. I'm not sure what year it came out in. I had a little trouble finding it. But it's called The Fish Police. And basically it's anamorphic characters done in a very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style as far as the artwork goes. And everybody's fish. That was pretty cool. Next, The Man of Rust, The Untold Story. Again, this is more of an independent type comic book, kind of a parody of superheroes and dealing with Rust. That's fun. Next, we got some 90s New Teen Titans. I kind of finished these up. We got issue 44 and 43, and I believe they were a complete story as I looked through them again. At 90s New Teen Titans story issues. I know that's a fan favorite out there. Next, Legion of Superheroes number 29. It's kind of a random issue, but I like that. That's kind of cool. All those kind of weird looking guns out there. Good deal. Next, something I thought was kind of weird. Green Lantern number 24. Although not a key, what this book does do is kind of highlights that the Green Lantern Corps and the different Green Lanterns in it, how some of them are kind of weird and kind of shaped funny, and you know, where they were really just kind of playing with the different backstories of various Green Lanterns. Next, something I thought was interesting that was in here too. We have, I do this every time. I don't know why I try to, let's just throw the glasses on. We have Fighting Marines, number 93. This is a great war cover from back in the day. That is funny. I love how the Japanese guys are like these big muscular guys and these like thinner guys are fighting them. That is very weird, but still cool. One of my favorite places ever when I was a kid was like Circuit City and Radio Shack. I really loved those stores, especially when they had like more components in them. So anytime I get to see one of their promotionals in a comic book form, the exploration of space, these were the kind of things that they always had in like schools and stuff like that. And these were pretty cool. And they always had this really neat idea of kind of explaining the history of electronics from beginning to what we hope to be the future. So these were always kind of cool. We got Elf Lord number 6. I've seen other issues of this before. I don't know much about it, but yeah, still kind of cool. Definitely an independent feel to it. Yeah, good old black and white comic. Love the monsters in it. Alright, next are the thicker, bigger books. We got Marvel Super Special, so go out and buy it now. Number 3. Oh no, it's like we got a detached cover. That's alright. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And basically this is just the comic book format of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's pretty cool. So it looks complete. Alright, next. This one's really kind of weird as I was looking through it. I couldn't help but start reading it. This is Wada World. Wada. I don't know. So this is interesting because treasure size, right? But as you go through it, you start to realize that these are just writers submitting short stories, which was really cool. And then I came across that. And who doesn't like an old school villain with a crazy helmet? That's something there. Plus, everybody looks so like sharp and dapper in that. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Cool. Inside look into the past. Next, Space Wars. Again, Treasury size edition. This kind of dealt more in the sci-fi realm as well. You'll get all kinds of crazy villains and horror stuff in it. Oh, that's great right there. Look at that. That is great. These things are... And I know there's a market and collectors for this. Here's a great one. Captain Nemo, 1907 to 1979. Kind of a retelling of the Captain Nemo story. Sorry for the way I'm holding these, but some of these covers are kind of loose. Next, for all you horror people out there, we get The Castle of Frankenstein. This is issue 22, kind of dealing with The Exorcist. And again, just great vintage horror stuff in it. Like, come on, man. Come on, Burt Reynolds back in the day. That was considered sexy. Here's what it is. Yeah, I love these things. Next, Castle of Frankenstein number 11. Get a little sci-fi action going on with Spock on the cover. And again, like, this stuff is just cool, man. Oh, there's some nudity in it. Sorry. A little bit of booby action. Yeah, we'll just put that over there. Next, Marvel had a great magazine at one time through their monster group called Monster Madness. Frankenstein's hot right now with the issue that just came out of that. And like, this was just straight monsters and horror, and it was all it was. And that's what made it really cool, using practical effects. Yeah. That's great. Look, we've got a little Blackula action in it. That's pretty cool. Next, we get the special collector's edition of Mad Picks from Mad Magazine. Takes some of their more popular spoofs and kind of throws it into a collector's edition. Pretty cool. And probably the find in the whole thing. The thing that I set off at the last for you. Justice League of America number 17. So this is a continuation story. And just to find a Justice League comic book from back then, and still somewhat good condition. I mean, we got a little color differentiation, a little chip in the cover, but other than that, I would probably right around a 6.65. It's not too shabby at all. So again, thank you, Uncle Lenny. I appreciate it. I always love to have these things. One, for content. Two, because I like looking through things too. And this was super fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know down below. And I'll catch you on the next comic book review. I'll see y'all later. Bye.